Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth bleeds through words. She laughed again. Not at me, never at me anymore, but at the little glowing screen in her hands. A quick giggle, a smile too sharp to be innocent, thumbs flying with the kind of urgency she used to reserve for me. I sat across the room, unseen though in plain sight, the muted television flickering over her distracted face. The house was silent except for the bursts of her laughter, and in that silence I felt myself vanish. When I finally whispered, "Not anymore," she barely looked up, just smirked, called it growth, and returned to her phone. Growth. That was her word for it. The first night I suspected something, it was because she turned the phone face down when I walked into the room. That small act was louder than any confession. At first, I told myself it didn't matter. She had friends, she had colleagues, she had her life. But then the laughter became constant. Late-night buzzing, conversations that bled into dawn. Her face glowing blue in the darkness, while mine stared at the ceiling beside her. I stopped asking who it was. Her answers were always the same. Just a friend, you're paranoid, stop being insecure. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. But the more she laughed, the more I felt erased. So I learned silence. Silence, after all, has its own weight. I started to notice patterns. A certain name that flashed too often. The way she angled her body away when typing. The long bathroom breaks, phone in hand, shower running, but never washing. It wasn't proof, not the kind I could hold up like a knife. But proof wasn't what I needed. I needed clarity. And clarity doesn't scream, it whispers. I began planning while she scrolled. Each night she chose the glowing screen over me, I folded another shirt, rolled another tie, slid another box beneath the bed. The job offer came like an answer from a void I hadn't known I was praying to. 2 states away. A new beginning disguised as a promotion. I said yes before she even knew a question had been asked. 3 weeks. That's how long it took. 3 weeks of silent packing, quiet arrangements, methodical steps hidden in plain sight. She never noticed. Her eyes were glued elsewhere. She didn't ask why I stayed up late at the laptop, why I lingered in the garage, why I spent long hours out working. She didn't care. Not anymore. Her laughter was the soundtrack to my erasure, so I let it play. The night I knew for certain was almost ordinary. She was sprawled on the couch, feet tucked under her, shoulders shaking with amusement at something typed by another man. I stood in the hallway, suitcase in hand, watching her smile at someone who wasn't me. I could have confronted her then. I could have screamed, demanded answers, clawed for an explanation that would only insult us both. But what was the point? She had already made her choice. And so had I. The morning of her bachelorette brunch, while she fussed with her hair and screen, I slid the last box into the car. She didn't notice. She was too busy laughing. I left the key on the counter. No note, no farewell. When the call came, because I knew it would, it wasn't to me, it was to her. The venue phoned to confirm the cancellation. The silence that followed on her end must have been deafening. Her friends gathered around, confusion shifting to shock, her laughter replaced with the hollow echo of realization. She must have scrolled through her messages in panic, searching for me, only to find nothing. No explanation, no closure, only silence. There's power in absence, in withholding words, in refusing to give the betrayer the satisfaction of your anger. I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to accuse. She already knew why. She had written the ending herself with every late-night giggle, every dismissive smirk, every just a friend she thought I would swallow. I didn't leave to hurt her. I left because she made it clear I no longer existed in the life we pretended to share. And when someone erases you long enough, eventually you learn to disappear on your own terms. Now, miles away, the silence is mine. No buzzing, no hollow laughter, No shadow of someone else's presence in my home. Just space. Just clarity. She may still be staring at that glowing screen, trying to find me in its reflection, wondering when exactly she lost me. But the truth is simple. She lost me the moment she chose the screen over my voice. And silence, my silence, was the only answer left to give. Because silence speaks louder, and it never stops echoing.